Hello, and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today I'm looking at the Gateway Pundit, but first, I need you to hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Now let's take a look at this news article. If you're afraid of transparency, you're part of the problem. Senator Doug Mastriano obliterates state Democrats for pushing back on election audit. Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano is leading the charge for a forensic audit in 3 Pennsylvania counties. On Friday, Mastriano delivered a masterful takedown on the state Democrats' elite who are terrified of the process. What are they hiding? There's a video here. We'll go ahead and watch it.
30 years in uniform, every day wearing a uniform, putting my family and my wife and son and so much at risk. I came back broken by the Army, but I love my country and I was happy to do that. And I'd do it again. So much. Thank you. So much sacrifice, but I'm not the only one. Can I see the hands of other veterans in here? Because it's not about me. Give it up for the other veterans. Thank you. Some of you served in Iraq. Some of you served in Afghanistan, as I did in both. Some of you served in or supported the mission in Bosnia and Kosovo after the horrible civil war broke out. We never, ever want to see the plague of war come to our country. Ever. We have a constitutional process and a constitutional republic. And we really do take it for granted how fragile and frail a constitutional republic is. This past year and a half has been heartbreaking for me, as somebody who served this country and swore 8 times as a soldier and twice as a senator to defend our Constitution, both the state and federal level, to see the fractures coming among us. And I don't see any issues by applying the Constitution to everything you heard from Stuart Olsch and Senator Judy Ward and Representative Jesse Topper. In the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 4, Paragraph 1, it delegates the manner and conduct of elections to the legislative body. And so, in this regard, you think about this. I've heard from about 250,000 people from across the state on the election. And in the first weeks in November after the general election, thousands were coming in. And people are saying, Doug Mastriano, you work for us, do something. This happened to me. Provisional ballots, mail-in, do something. And I'm beside myself as a junior member. What exactly can I do? And so we move forward, taking a look and hearing people's grievances, and they've never been addressed. And instead of answering simple questions from the Wolf administration, from our Department of State, we're advancing the big lie. We're told that we're pushing conspiracy theories. This does nothing to calm people's fears. And I'm of the view, we've moved heaven and earth. I've served side by side with soldiers in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Kosovo and Bosnia, who put their lives on the line to ensure free and transparent elections in those countries. And why is it so hard in America where we have to just open up the books? It's sad that we have a leader of our state here that promised us that he'd be Mr. Transparency. He said, if you remember a few years back, he promised us he'd be the most transparent governor in our history. I welcome that. But with politicians and politics, it's like opposite day on SpongeBob, because the opposite has been true. This is not about politics with me. It's about facts. John Adams said facts are stubborn things. So all we need to do to shut this down is to open up the books. Instead of being attacked by our Attorney General, who said he'll do all he can to stop this, is there something you're hiding? This is supposed to be a free republic here, where everything's transparent, where the government officials work for the people. When we have a governor that comes out and says this is a danger to our democracy, well, it's a constitutional republic. How is it a danger to our democracy? All we have to do is open up the books. And if you're afraid of transparency, then you're part of the problem. So the people of Pennsylvania have spoken. And so I stand with Senator Judy Ward, and I stand with Stuart Olsch, who have the courage to stand against loud, screeching voices who are afraid of transparency. What do you got to hide? Open up the books. If there's nothing to see here, let's just open up the books. And so I stand with Fulton County, and I could not be prouder with the great people of this county who have a rich history of courage and bravery and patriotism. Back in 1755, just down the road, the Great Cove Massacre happened, and some of my wife's relatives perished in that attack. But the people of this county, it wasn't called Fulton back then, but the people of now Fulton County, they stood together. Thank God we're not facing anything as severe as that. But that when the legislative body moves forward with our standing powers constitutionally, to have oversight and transparency, and the governor and his acting Secretary of State, are trying to threaten and bully your county and other counties. I don't know how any honest American can stand for that. That's the bully tactics of thugs in faraway countries. We stand here before you as free Americans who aren't afraid of transparency, who don't play political games, who don't get caught in political name-calling. We stand on the side of freedom and righteousness. We will stand by this republic. We will find out what happened. Let the chips fall where they may. If there's nothing to hide, support us in this just cause of righteousness and get on board with the people of the state. Open up the books and let it end where it is, where truth is. We stand on the side of truth. We stand against all things that are lies. And we come together as Americans. And so I stand here. Thank you, Senator Judy Ward, for your courage, for your righteousness, for being on the right side of history. Thank you, Stuart, and the commissioners of this great county and the local officials here who fear no darkness. Thank you, and God bless you all, and especially God bless the United States of America.
All right, guys, that's the end of the article and end of the video. And what are the Democrats afraid of? Just do the audit and see what happens. If there was no funny business going on, then you have nothing to worry about. Stop holding back what people want to do in these states. And it's not just Democrats doing it, it's Republicans too. Especially these Republicans that were sold out to the Chamber of Commerce. There's a reason the Chamber of Commerce wanted Donald Trump out of there, and it's because it was affecting wages. They wanted illegal immigrants to come in here and lower down wages. And that's the reason they wanted to get Joe Biden in here. Because they knew he would actually open that border and allow people to come in here and lower down wages. And another thing the Chamber of Commerce wasn't happy about was all the tariffs that the Trump administration did against China and other countries. In my opinion, what the Chamber of Commerce is a Koch brothers libertarian idea to have free trade and keep wages low by having open borders. Now, anyone who would look at that would say that would be a bad idea. First thing, trading with countries that don't have the same values we have when it comes to people's privacy, personal rights, so on and so forth, we shouldn't be doing trading with them. And China is one of them. And when it comes to having open borders, it doesn't work. It's never worked. It won't work now. It's a security issue more than anything else. I mean, there's a reason why you had a cabal. That's what Times Magazine called it, working together. And the cabal was including the Chamber of Commerce, the unions, mainstream media, tech giants like Facebook, Google, and Twitter, and so on and so forth, working together in order to take down Donald Trump. So if there's no funny business to happen in any of these states, allow the audits to happen. And when they find nothing, then they look like idiots, now don't they? And it'll probably affect them in the election. But nope, y'all keep on holding up transparency and what the facts are on the ground. The fact is, the more you fight these audits and you fight transparency in our elections, the more you validate my argument and what I believe happened during the 2020 election. If you want to change that, you need to actually be for these audits and be for transparency. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to Pennsylvania, it needs to be a full audit of the whole state. And the same with all 50 states, not just certain counties. But guys, that's my opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Peace.